Greetings from California.
And greetings from New York.
Are you going to BravoCon this weekend?
I sure as hell am.
Ooh.
I'm very excited. It is going to be a long ass. I'm trying not to curse in the beginning of the video. It's going to be a long ass day. I already have the schedule here. There's the Beverly Hills panel on Friday. Because last time when you came, it was at like between three buildings, and this time it's at the what is
Javits
it?
Center.
Javits Center. So yeah, I have a tight schedule. So it starts at 10:30 a.m. and it lasts all the way till 5. I want to get, they have the photo ops up as well. Don't judge me. This is who I have for the photo op lines. So Teresa, I don't really give a shit to see her.
There.
But I do want
You can see a monkey at the zoo anytime.
you can. I do want to see Phaedra though, and she's going to be there first around 10:45. Yep, I'm sorry.
Don't take your ID with you if you're gonna see Phaedra. Don't take your ID. She gonna write down your driver's license number and she'll use that to cross-reference to get your social security. Ask Apollo. Ask Angela Stanton.
I know, I know. The next one up, I want to see
Leave your social at home. Leave your bank card at home. If you're going to see Phaedra, I need you to have no documentate.
She's not a pickpocket.
No. She's not a pickpocket, but she will pick your pocket for your personal information and then use it to open credit cards in your name.
So afterward, I have checked off. I want to meet Dorinda. I want a picture with her. There's a housewife to housewife panel, and this is who's going to be on the panel. Candace, Caroline Stansberry, Cynthia, because Cynthia is still scheduled to go to BravoCon. I'm not sure if she canceled. Jennifer Aiden, Lisa from Miami. I'm not sure if you know who that is. That's the one with the face.
Honestly, I've had bowel movements that were more interesting than this panel.
And Sutton. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's something to do.
Now, I think you and I could have a fabulous lunch with Dorinda. Dorinda and I are very similar. We are bitter widows who are incredibly talented, but we got some shit with us.
Next up is Bravo's Most Golden Moments Power Hour. The panel is Dorinda, Jill Zarin, Karen Huger, and Teresa Giudice.
It was a powerhouse, but then Teresa Giudice is the short and the plug.
Whatever you say about Teresa, she's still like, she's a heavy hitter. Like Jersey is still like in the high ranking of the ratings along with Beverly Hills.
So is white supremacy. That doesn't mean it's good.
Moving on, next up for Friday is Ask Andy. He has his own panel. And then another photo op is with Giselle and Mia Thornton. I'm not sure if I want to meet them. I'm not sure because I already met Giselle.
And she wasn't pretty.
Stop. She wasn't.
No, actually, we both went to BravoCon. Who did you think was more stunning, Kenya or Giselle?
Come on. I mean, Kenya, because she was in casual clothes and was still like, banging. Like Giselle, she looked like she was ready to fight Scorpion or Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. But she looked pretty. She just couldn't dress. Like she looked crazy. I kind of want to send you the photo.
I thought Kenya took my breath away. Giselle, I was like, oh, you might have been pretty years ago, but Giselle, I don't know why everybody sees it for Giselle, because I'm sorry, I saw the heifer in real life, and I'm like, you look like a checker at Register 9 to me.
Then there's the Beverly Hills panel. Everyone's going to be there, including Kathy Hilton. The next photo op, I want to take a picture with Karen, and then Chanel Ayan, I have to with her.
She's going to recognize you and she's going to say, wait, where is your co-host? I want to meet him too. Where is he? Why is he not here?
Yeah, we actually message back and forth on Twitter a lot. And then there's the Dubai panel at 3 o'clock. And then there's the East Coast versus West Coast. On this panel, it's Adriana from Miami, Emily from OC, Erica Jane, Eva Marcille, Garcelle, Lisa Barlow, Marlo Hampton, Quad, Ramona Singer, and Shannon Bedore from OC.
So many of those people don't need to be on an East Coast versus West Coast panel. Now, Quad, I will let Quad rep the Southeast. I like Quad.
Right.
I want to know how she's affording that house. That's what I would really like to know, because I'm like, girl, that's a 3-income household. I want to know how you're getting that money.
Those Atlanta houses, they're on the outskirts and they're good prices. And also, it's a rumor has it that she's like banging her contractor.
I know money. I may not know much, but I know wealth when I see it. I don't care on what outskirts of town that is. She could have that house in Mississippi. I look at her income and I look at that house. I look at the furnishings and I'm like, 2 + 2 is not giving me 4.
The last person, the photo op, I want to know, do you think it's worth it for me to stay? Kathy Hilton.
Yes.
I need a picture with Kathy
Yes,
Hilton.
that you never deny meeting somebody that rich and that powerful. Again, like I told you, the word no does not exist in her world. If Kathy Hilton knocked on my door right now and said, "Eat my pussy," I would. And I would be like, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this, but I know I'm going to be better than when I started. Yeah, you meet Kathy Hilton, you take Kathy Hilton to lunch. I will send you the money.
Got it.
It's gonna be an expensive lunch. And also, well, she owns the Waldorf, so just go there. I'm gonna take you to lunch at one of your hotels. And then it's like, you won't have to pay for anything because it's her hotel. If you get a photo op with Kathy Hilton, I'm getting on a plane.
So y'all, that is just day 1 tomorrow. So
so you got the 3-day ticket?
The 3-day ticket is going to be a long ass motherfucking weekend.
They didn't have 3-day tickets when we went the first time.
Yeah, and now they're selling the single day passes. They were holding up the line online because there's like Sunday available still. I think
now I'm mad.
Right.
Now I'm mad. I would have gone if I'd known there were actual tickets. But when we went the first year, we were barely able to get general admission one day. Yeah, like we were sitting there I was refreshing, you were refreshing, we were trying to get the tickets. So I was like, I'm not going to do all of that and have to get a plane ticket back over there.
Also, shout out to Melissa from The Real World. Like, hopefully, I run into her. She asked me, was I going? So yeah, I hope to see you if you're watching. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's gonna be a lot. But also, if you're on my Patreon channel, I will be documenting it in real time. It's patreon.com/cdiggy1 if y'all are interested. Just letting y'all know. So yeah, I also came back from Europe. For the past 3 days, I've been waking up at 4 to 5 a.m. in the morning because my body is still trying to get adjusted to East Coast time.
No, I would have no idea about anything like that. I would have no clue. None at all. That is so foreign to me.
Anyway, it was really fun. I enjoyed myself. I was in London for 3 days. I was in Paris for 3 days. Paris took my breath away. I felt like Carrie Bradshaw. Like, it was just like the beginning of the day. I just wanted to walk around the neighborhood. It was like a fantasy. I didn't think I would like Paris that much, but it was good. And my hood ass, I found a fried chicken spot that played hip hop music in the neighborhood.
That makes me think, what should I do for my 40th birthday?
Yeah, I mean, go big,
Okay, now you can't say that to me because
I know, right?
You know exactly how big I like. You can't. You'd be
like, Chris, let's go to the moon.
Not the moon. What's at the moon? There are no beaches at the moon. There are no hot tubs on the moon. I'm not going anywhere where there are no hot tubs. Should I go to Hawaii? I've never been.
Well, you're closer to Hawaii, so it would make sense. It might be a cheaper flight because, from New York, that shit's $600 to $700. Or you could go to Mexico. Mexico is great. I just go to like a resort and you don't have to worry about anything.
It's coming up so soon, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be 40. I have to do something to commemorate the moment.
Yeah, like treat yourself. Look, I think you would like.
Actually, no. Y'all are going to treat me. I ain't too proud to beg. And if y'all want to say I'm begging, I have been doing this for how many years? I come give y'all a free show. Everybody, we got 20,000 viewers per episode. If everybody can put 5 on it, I don't ask y'all for much. Before my 40th, I'm gonna ask everybody to put 5 on it.
I got 5 on it. You're gonna have a great time. But check out Mexico though, because it might be a good deal because it's beautiful. Like the right spots. I mean, there's so many places because there's Tulum, which is really nice. Mexico City. I mean, Cancun.
I think I would rather do Hawaii.
Look it up.
Because I'm like, if not now, when?
Look, YOLO, I've been saying it a lot. Life is short. And I realized that this year, like wholeheartedly. And that's why I've just been trying to live every day.
Ditto.
But yeah, I guess we could get into these hot topics.
Well, actually, let's start with a cold topic. Kimora Lee Simmons said if the right reality show came along, she would consider joining the Real Housewives franchise. I'm sorry, Heifer, we don't need you or your next. We've got Gabrice and Gabrisi. Gabrice and Gabrisi gives us all the extra neck skin we need. Kimora, you're just not that interesting.
Well, I will say that after watching the Beverly Hills reunion, how they ate Crystal up, they can replace her. I can totally see her on Beverly Hills because I think they need a cast shakeup, especially because I was watching this at 4:30 in the morning. I know my neighbors hated me. I was yelling at my TV for what they were allowing Garcelle to like go through because I didn't appreciate what Kyle said. Anyway, Kimora, I think she's interesting enough, and I think she's really thirsty to be back on TV because Bravo, a lot of people would say, oh, that's just reality TV. That is a reach. Look at Bethany Frankel, look at Kandi Burruss. Like, these women are.
Oh, wait, now, hold on. Kandi Burruss was Kandi Burruss long before Bravo, and Kandi Burruss would be Kandi Burruss whether or not the Housewives franchise existed. Bethany Frankel wouldn't be shit without her sucking at the teat of Andy Cohen. Kandi was always going to come up. Kandi had already come up.
You make a point, but I'm just saying Bravo elevated Kandi. They made her audience bigger.
Kandi knew how to parlay.
Just like Bethany.
Bethany needed the parlay. Kandi would have had a parlay on ABC, NBC. Kandi was going to figure it out.
All I'm saying is they use Bravo in the same way. I'm not comparing their talents or their notoriety. I'm just saying they use that Bravo platform like they should have, unlike a Sheree Whitfield.
Fair.
That's all. Moving on to other hot topics, we had a couple of scares this week, and I just want to send out a lot of well wishes. First and foremost to Brandy, who had a possible seizure and she's recovering. Thank God. And I'm glad to just hear that she's okay. And also Nene's son, which was shocking at his age. He had a heart attack as well as a stroke. Again, life is precious, y'all. You just never know.
And we lost Angela Lansbury.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks was my show. I would watch that with my grandmother.
I didn't know that was your movie. That was mine too.
That was my movie. I get so excited when that movie came on.
I loved her in that. Like, Murder, She Wrote is one of my comfort shows where I can just put that on and I know everything's going to be all right.
See, I could never get into it, but my grandmother like watched that. She would watch that, Columbo,
Matlock. In
Matlock.
the Heat of the Night.
Yes. But yes, rest in peace to Angela Lansbury. I mean, she was 96. She lived a full life. I believe she was 96, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And of course she was on Beauty and the Beast. I mean, you can't forget that voice.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I mean, like, damn.
But you can't live forever.
She was and also we lost an unproblematic white woman.
Right?
You never heard about her saying no racist shit. She was never, an issue. She was just talented, did her shit, and went the fuck home. We're going to lose Meryl in our lifetime. We're going to lose fucking Meryl Streep. Now, then I'm going to be pissed.
I don't even want to think.
Oh, my God. I'm going to have to live through Joan Collins' death.
She's still with us?
I'm still here, aren't I? Actually, you know what? I am probably the closest thing she will have to a child. So you don't have Alexis Carrington, but you have Alexander Diane Rodgers.
Noted.
50 Cent's estranged son, Marquise Jackson, says $80,000 a year in child support is not enough to sustain a New York City lifestyle. Do you agree?
New York is expensive as fuck, so I do agree.
I'm with them. And then he said he would give 50, $6,700 to have 24 hours with him. Child, keep your money.
He actually wants to spend time with 50 Cent. If 50 Cent was my dad, I would just use him for the coin, and that is it.
If 50 Cent was my father, do you think he would be alive today?
Well, you better make sure you're on the will.
Well, you see, he would die of a tragic accident where whether I was in the will or not, I would be suing a company because I was the beneficiary regardless.
50 Cent is petty though. Like I could see him having a will saying, in the event of my death, do not give my son a penny.
That's fabulous. But if you're hit by a truck owned by a different company, I can sue you for the death, and it doesn't matter what's in the will.
Oh my goodness, you're crazy.
Am I? Or am I just determined to get what I want out of this life?
I wish you well on that journey.
Well, thank goodness. I actually love my father. So I don't have to worry about that.
Right. I mean, 50 Cent, he's a despicable father, just like T.I.
My father was the one who told me when the pandemic hit New York, you're leaving. You can buy everything in your apartment again. I can't buy another you. So I don't understand that relationship that they have because my father actually loves me, actually protects me, actually is there for me.
Well, I hope 50 Cent's son finds love in other places because he won't get it from Curtis Jackson. In other news, look what I filled up on. The Polynesians.
Oh, I normally have mine right at arm's reach, but it's in the refrigerator. I get the honey mustard.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know why they don't have the barbecue sauce.
Probably because their barbecue is good, but it's not signature. It's not like their Polynesian sauce or their honey mustard, where it's like you can't get it anywhere else. Because I feel like I can do Sweet Baby Ray's and I'll be okay.
Sweet Baby Ray's. Look, I just used all of it. Lord have mercy. Speaking of just food, can I please just get your opinion on this girl that's been really popular on Twitter for the past couple of weeks with the low vibrational plates?
I have been following that story a bit. I'm like, who is spending $10,000 to spend a weekend with her? Because we would charge $5 and we wouldn't talk down to you.
Right.
I'm like, y'all got money like that? Y'all want to spend $5,000? Both of us. You will get to hang out. We will be poolside. I'll cook for you. Chris will cook for you. But that kind of money, hell yeah. Ain't no place going to be low vibrational. I can't believe people are spending $10,000 to spend a weekend with her. I'm fucking the game up. For $2,500, you got me for the week.
I just want to know her credentials. That's all. Exactly.
If she's able to get people to spend $10,000, I want to know what class she learned from.
Right. Did you see on Fox Soul how our good friend Funky Deneva really got her together?
I did not see that.
You need to go see it. He let her have it. I gotta say, it was very funny.
Well, you know I'm a fan, so I can't wait to see it. But yeah, somebody needs to. I happened to, speaking of our dear friends, I did have to do an allegedly show on Amanda Seales when she came on Candy Burris's Speak On It.
So I didn't see it, but just inform me. Like, what was she talking about?
She is still the same heifer you knew. She said because she is light-skinned and speaks the way that she does, she's not accepted in the Black community.
No, and I know firsthand from many people in the industry because a lot of people talk, makeup artists, PAs, stylists, they all talk. You're the common denominator. It's her shitty ass attitude that follows her wherever she goes. She's just not a nice person. She's very talented. I can never say, to me, I can never say that Amanda Seales isn't talented because she is, but how you treat people will come back to you. So I don't know. I wish her well. Like a lot of people who love her, because I think she's reaching 2 million followers on Instagram. Good for her. But they've never worked with her. They've never met her. Like, I know her. And, I want the best for her, but I can't lie about her attitude. If someone said, "Oh, that bitch," I'd be like, I can't defend that because she's not a nice person.
Who is nicer, me or Amanda?
Come on. We still work together. Why would you ask? You gotta ask me a harder question than that. That's like asking who would I rather be around, Beyonce or Donald Trump? Speaking of which, speaking of Beyonce, because we got to mention her ass every episode. I just did the Cuff It challenge, and that was my first time really dancing. And I'm really like surprised at people's reactions. I'm like, tall people have rhythm, y'all. I'm just saying. It was like, oh, Chris, I have not seen. I'm like, this is how I am when I'm drunk or I'm in the privacy of my own home. But I'm glad people are enjoying it. Like, I really did do a good job on it. I'm actually a little impressed by it too. But yeah, the Comfort Challenge is fun.
I will say, as tall people, I feel like they're just not used to seeing all of us in frame.
Yeah. Speaking of Beyonce, she is nominated today for 6 AMA Awards. Of course, she's probably going to be nominated for a Grammy, but we're still waiting on those visuals. And I have some tea for you because I guess I can disclose it on here because I think someone else already said it on Twitter. So I heard from a very reliable source that she had to reshoot a bunch of the videos, and that's why it's late. It's not intentional. She had to reshoot them for whatever reason. Allegedly. I'm not about to get sued or disappear. Allegedly. Also, I was in Paris when she had the Renaissance party, and I was this close to going. This close. And if I would have went to that party, you would have never heard the end of it. Ever. It would have been like the Janet Jackson story for me, for you.
I mean, but my story is entertaining.
Oh, whatever.
I saw that you were at the Louvre and you didn't get the picture in front of the Mona Lisa, which is our thing.
Yeah, I was like this close to it. Well, this close to it. It was a line just to be in front of it. I just couldn't get a picture because I don't know. It was like really grainy, my camera. I don't know why. I just couldn't get a good picture of it. I have a picture with it. It's just not a good picture.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go back and we'll get a good picture with it. I'll just move those honkers out of the way.
What were we talking about before Beyonce? I totally forgot.
Someone else that was short and unimportant.
And there you have it. Moving on.
And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. I will definitely say, with 40 fast approaching, I am learning new ways to find solutions to my problems. I am looking for new tools to help me adjust to a new life. And a therapist can help you acquire these tools so you can become a better problem solver. I've joined BetterHelp, what was it, a good 2 years ago? And whenever I need a therapist, I am able to select a therapist who specializes in that area very quickly. They're in touch with me in under 48 hours, and I am on my way to new horizons and giving myself the care I deserve. So if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a wonderful solution. It's done from the comfort and safety of your own home. No waiting in uncomfortable waiting rooms and having people know your business. It's convenient, accessible, and you can get the therapist that's right for your situation.
So when you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/roast today and get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/roast.
And speaking of birthdays, Cardi B's 30th was yesterday.
Nice. She's accomplished a lot in 5 years. Like, she has 2 diamond singles in a 5-year career.
And that's my girl from the Bronx. We went to the same college. we've been around just as long as Cardi B.
We have.
Like kind of when she came out, we came out.
Yeah. I can't believe I still haven't seen her on tour yet. It's just like, I feel like she just wants to make singles. Like, she doesn't want to be burdened with the tour. She just wants to, like, maybe go to a show, like perform that, get her bag, and then go back home to her kids.
She said that touring is very expensive. Also, like when she might have done a tour, we had the pandemic, so that wasn't really an option. But she said, like, I do a lot of festivals, so I make the same money, except I don't have to deal with the burden of doing a tour. I mean, they want us to do a tour, and I guess we will. I guess we do have to do a live show at some point.
At some point, it's gonna happen.
In Atlanta.
Well, speaking of Atlanta, man, it feels like Cynthia put all those people in danger of COVID for the marriage the last 2 years. I felt so bad for her though, because I really wanted it to work. That's no shade. I'm just saying that like 3 people inboxed me. She done wasted these people's time and put them in danger for COVID for nothing. I was like, y'all said it, not me.
Damn. I mean, you barely hit your 2-year anniversary and you're already getting divorced. I feel like if she hadn't been cast off of Housewives of Atlanta, the marriage would have worked. It gave me a mutually beneficial tea, and once her star kind of faded, he was like, well, we ain't really getting nothing out of this. And I think she was like, well, we ain't really getting nothing out of this. Like, she definitely gives me a she let him cheat in peace tea.
Wow. Well, she did say to People magazine that infidelity wasn't the reason.
I don't think it would. Like, Cynthia gives me, she's a grown ass woman. She's like, look, just because you hump on something else don't mean that you don't love me. She gets the game.
Well, I think first and foremost, just marriage ruins everything. Like, you don't have to get married. Just stay together, you know? Like, they could have just lived together in peace, and if like they broke up, fine. But then like they made this whole big deal.
The paralegal in me is like, yeah, that's all fine and good until someone's incapacitated, and then that document actually matters. I'm getting married because when you croak, I'm getting everything tax-free and the life insurance.
I don't know. I'm just really wondering, like, what was the issue? Now, I had someone tell me, and I don't judge people's opinions, but they were blaming Cynthia. They were bringing up her relationship with Nene, with Kenya, with Peter, and now Mike. I was just like, I don't know, because Nene and Kenya, come on, like it was definitely their fault. Peter Thomas, Penelope Thomas Bailey, yeah, he's an opportunist. So I personally didn't think that it was Cynthia to blame.
And he is still riding her coattails, popping up on Housewives of Potomac. He is still eating off of her.
Speaking of that, I don't know, like that was impressive of Peter Thomas. He made himself a friend of on Potomac. That is impressive. I'm sorry.
We know sissies just insert themselves wherever they can.
Oh Lord. Well, I know I like to insert myself. But anyway, like this is the statement that they released. Love is a beautiful thing. While we just to start out with that shit. Like really? Really? Love is a beautiful thing. While we both will always have love for one another, we have decided to go our separate ways. No one is to blame. That's a cop out. That is a cop out to me. Like, y'all broke up for some reason. If no one's to blame, why y'all getting divorced? And we are grateful that we remain good friends. We will always cherish the many memories we've shared together as husband and wife. Many of you have been on this journey with us from the very beginning, and we appreciate our family, friends, and beloved fans for your positive support as we move forward and start new chapters. Thank you for your prayers and well wishes. They got engaged in 2018 and were married in October 2020.
They got divorced because Cynthia isn't on Housewives of Atlanta anymore. That's why.
Well, now she will be.
He wanted to hitch his wagon to her star. And the second her star was like, oh, it's starting to flicker, he got in the win.
It's not adding up for me because you know she's going to be back now on the show. Like I think they should do it like they should add her immediately, like they did for Sheree. But remember, she initially said that one of the reasons she wanted to get off the show is because to save her marriage, and that didn't work. She said that.
People lie all the time.
Well, they lying about something. I think his ass was cheating.
I don't think cheating was the issue. I think they wanted to be that power couple. She was, you know, the reality star. He was the, you know, trying to be somebody on Fox Soul. And now that she can't do nothing for him, he moved on.
He was on Fox Soul. I thought he was a sportscaster.
On Fox Soul.
No, he wasn't. Not on no Fox Soul. Are you serious?
Yeah. Like he's never been that famous. More people watch us than him.
Well, he maintained a steady job and he had more money than Peter.
Please, we have more money than Peter. That ain't saying much. I could go grab $20. I got more money than Peter because I'm not mired in debt. That's like saying you got more money than Jen Shaw. We all hopefully got more money than Jen Shaw because we're not $9 million in debt because of restitution, because we stole from the elderly and the infirmed. Since we didn't, we got more money than them.
Do you want Cynthia back on the Housewives of Atlanta?
Well, I'd rather see her than Phaedra. I think Housewives of Atlanta needs to do what Housewives of New York is doing. We need legacy, where you have your Cynthia, I'm going to say it, your Nene, like the girls that put it on the map. We always will want to follow their lives.
But you notice a pattern here, right? Like the franchises that are struggling, New York, OC, Atlanta. They were the first three. And now Jersey, they're doing the best they've done in years. Beverly Hills the same. Potomac is in their golden era. So it's like, I feel like once they reach like 15 years, they got to change something up. Well, much love to Cynthia finding love again. I think we're going to see her back on Bravo immediately because Atlanta, they need a lifeline because that reunion was terrible, in my opinion.
I still haven't gotten to the third part, which just shows you the season wasn't about anything. So why would we care about a reunion?
So let's talk about more interesting franchises. So I personally thought Potomac, that was a wonderful premiere. Like from beginning to end, like I was thoroughly entertained. The MVP of that episode was, I'm sorry, Giselle Bryant. She knows TV. She is a producer on that show.
You're starting to sound like Carlos King, and I'm going to throw up.
This is sounding like Carlos King. Giselle? Yeah, like she did the damn thing.
I really enjoyed seeing the progress on her unfinished barn. But the fact that like her house is entirely black and white and she got rid of all of those horrible shades of magenta, I know she's watching. And she's like, I'm tired of Alex and Chris reading me for filth. So I'm going to actually have to have style and taste. We got her house together. We did that. We are responsible for the fact that her bedroom doesn't look like Lisa Frank threw up.
Well,
we shamed her into good taste.
I wouldn't go that far. Like inside her house, it looks a little bit better. I'm glad, but outside, it still looks a fool. Like in WandaVision when she was changing different things at the same time, like that West Wing looks crazy. Like that is a fun house.
It is a fun house, but at least there's no more magenta walls. I don't have to look at magenta walls when I look at her house. So you know what? That's a win for me. It's tacky, but it's palatable.
Tacky, but palatable. We got to save that. That sticks. Tacky, but palatable.
That's what I would say San Francisco is. It's tacky, but palatable.
Huh. Almost like the dating pool in New York.
Which is why I don't live there anymore.
Anyway, let me see. Who else? Karen, I mean, she always brings it. Charisse, like I'm glad to see her, of course. Robin, I liked her new hair. Yeah, I know you hate it, but that's a good color on her. Now, when she got to Karen's spring party, I was like, girl, like, did you not comb your hair before you left? Like, it looked like the producers like woke her up out of bed and was like, you need to be filming right now. And she just ran out the house and got there.
She always looks like that.
Well, she looked pretty in the beginning of the episode. And then when she met up with Charisse, she looked good too. I was like, damn, she's like 2 for 2 now. And then she messed it up at the end. Look, I like Robin. Like, hopefully I get to meet her at BravoCon. Like, do I like her for the show? No. But she's like my top like housewives that I just like. Like her and Heather from Salt Lake City. Like, I like them. Really? You don't like Heather Gay?
I don't dislike Heather Gay. I would hang out with Meredith. Oh, come on.
She is an android.
And so am I.
I guess that's why. So let's talk about the Beverly Hills reunion. It came on last night. It was okay for me. I think Garcelle's back and forth with Diana.
Madam.
I think about her last name. Huh?
Madam.
Yeah. Racist ass Diana. It just made me so angry. Like I yelled at my TV at 4:30 in the morning. Are you fucking kidding me with the whole she actually messaged Garcelle to make sure she took her name off of that racist post. Like, you think she gives a fuck about you right now when her child is being attacked?
Garcelle gave so much poise, so much class, so much grace. She is the ultimate housewife of Beverly Hills because that was a testament and a testimony to grace under fire. She didn't let that white bitch muss her pearls. And you saw the Haitian woman getting ready to come out and she was like, no, you're on camera. What you won't do is let this bitch win. I fucking applaud it. I applaud it. And here's the thing, Diana didn't show up because Garcelle would have met you outside of the studio if she needed to.
I believe that. But
no, I would.
Well, I wanted to know, did you catch the microaggression that Diana used towards Garcelle?
I caught the subtle racism. I caught the overt racism. That's why I'm going to sleep with her husband and put her in the ground, because that's just one less racist walking around. I don't consider that murder. I consider it public service.
Well, she was like, well, do you need a lawyer? I mean, I could give you some help. Mm-hmm. She can investigate that her damn self. Okay, she has coin and she also bought herself her own Birkin. Thank you. She didn't have to lay on her back to get her fortune. Just saying.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with laying on your back with someone who had ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, fuck that racist bitch anyway. I don't care.
There we go. I will lay on my back for 10 cents. I was getting down there anyway, so what the hell?
Moving on. Also, Crystal got ate up at this reunion.
Crystal needed to shut the fuck up like she did the entire season. Crystal adds nothing to the show. This fucking painting has added more to Pop Roast and more to Beverly Hills than Crystal. This painting.
I get it. I really didn't agree with how she put that out there about Sutton, because Sutton already looks like a racist white woman. Like, why would you do that to her?
And you couldn't back it up. You can't throw something out there like that and not be able to back it up.
And she's hiding behind, oh, well, that's my experience. Like, Crystal is the type of chick, she's smart behind the scenes. Like, she tries to do this this.
No, Crystal isn't smart, because if she was smart, she wouldn't have told this kind of bold-faced lie you could get caught in. The fact that they had to keep going back to her first season to talk about anything she's done this season shows she's added nothing. Crystal, you know what you're good at? Kegeling on old men. You got your 60-year-old husband, wait for him to croak. I would go on and get him out of the way now because you saw what happened to Erica Jane. But that's what you're good at. That's it. That's all. There ain't no more. Your parents raised and groomed you to marry a rich white man at 18, which you did. He was 40, you were 18. These things are facts. You can look it up. She's 39, he's 60. So 20 years ago, she was 19, he was 39. As someone who is 39, I'm sorry, no teens. Now 26, I will let you make that mistake. But you've grown enough at 26 where it's like, no, that was your choice. You knew exactly what you were doing.
All I'm gonna say is there's something about Crystal Husband that just ain't right. I ain't gonna say it, but y'all know what I'm thinking. That's all I gotta say on that. We can move on. Let's see what else. I mean, I'm just looking forward to Kathy Hilton, how she came in with her paper slippers, like she got out that black car. Like she is just a hoot.
Kathy Hilton is who I truly aspire to be.
I can tell. And that wasn't shade. I'm just saying I can tell.
I want to be that checked out of reality. I want to be that much in my own world where I'm like, I don't understand. That was the camel that broke the toes back.
And just while we're on the topic of Kathy Hilton, who do you believe? I don't think I've ever asked you, like, who do you believe out of Lisa Rinna and Kathy Hilton, like, of what happened? Because much like Kathy Hilton, like, she had a fit of rage. I've seen you in a fit of rage. And, sometimes you be saying shit that's like, or be like, she said that she was banging on the walls and stomping on her glasses. And I'm not trying to put you out there. I'm just saying that, like, people have their things sometimes, Am I being Lisa Rinna right now?
Yes. I was going to say I identify with both of them because I, like Kathy Hilton, don't allow the word no in my world.
I just think that something's going on that, like, she must have said something, because if she just had a tantrum or some shit, who cares? If she called Dorit a dumb bitch, she is. So I don't know. It had to be something else. And if they're protecting her because of what she said, then I don't know if I can get behind that. But if it's not filmed, there's no evidence. So it's just like her word against hers.
I think that Kathy had a moment, like I have had a moment. I think Rinna, however, is putting 20 on 10.
As she always does.
Yeah, so I feel like I would say it's a mix of them both. Did Kathy go off? She probably did. Like if somebody said Alex went off, you'd be like, that tracks. He probably did. But then you would also say, well, but what did you do to get him to that point?
Oh, I remember. Anyway.
Because I didn't just go off for no reason. Like something happened and I just had a reaction to racism. You were there. I just didn't, just start a fight. But
and see, like, if I was Lisa Rinna in that situation and I just went to like social media, I just saw Alex freak the fuck out. I had to like run down like back to the train, because I couldn't take it. Like, I've never seen that in my life. I could have been Lisa Rinna in that moment, but we know that we're all human. We all have fits of rage sometimes where we kind of lose ourselves, but long as nobody.
No, I didn't lose myself. I knew exactly where I was.
I was just trying to make it better, but okay.
You were on your Kyle Richards. You were just.
I definitely was. I totally was. I forgot about that. We got to talk about that on our next Patreon talk.
We will. I want to talk about this story, though, because this just popped up on my Twitter. I can't believe that this is actually happening, but there are 199 people/heads that are cryogenically frozen in a facility in Arizona.
Why?
Because they had terminal illnesses that they didn't have cures for. So they, rather than die from them, they froze themselves in hopes that they can be regenerated when a cure is formed.
So there's documented evidence of 199 bodies that have been
Body slash head. Some of them is bodies, some of them is just heads.
heads,
If you
as in
couldn't
like
afford the whole body, you said, just put my head on ice.
head, as in like Futurama,
Yep.
like where it's just the head.
Just the head.
You know,
No shoulders, just head. I mean, if I'm going to freeze myself, I want to keep it all. Like, I wouldn't want to have to figure out a new penis and a new body. Like, no, I'm going to just keep everything that's going on here.
Are they still alive?
Well, they're frozen. So they're not technically dead, but I wouldn't call them alive either. They're cryogenically frozen. They're waiting to come back to life.
It's a very interesting story.
Would you be cryogenically frozen?
I don't think Earth is going to last that long. I really don't. I feel like we're going to live to see the end of it.
No, I want to clock like Pete. I want to clock out before that shit.
Not to be, you know, a Debbie Downer or anything, but you know, like a lot of stuff happening right now.
I don't want to see the end of it. But yeah, it does seem like we're getting close to the series finale.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't want to be around for the last season. I'm like, let me clock out 2 or 3 seasons before. I've been a cute guest star.
Well, I'm the main cast member in my story, at least. Aren't we all, though? Aren't we all?
No, a lot of people are supporting in their own lives.
Ooh, that is a read.
I would not be cryogenically frozen. Once I'm gone, I'm going on to new lives, new planets. I have many other people to make laugh. And I would say after this life, I'm like, you know what? I want reincarnation because we got to try this shit again without a pandemic and without racism. I want to get a fair shot. So we're going to try it out on another planet. You know, maybe aliens with better bodies. I don't know, something.
I'm actually hoping that reincarnation is a thing. I'm hoping.
I mean, but we can't reincarnate if we done messed up the planet.
Well, maybe we'll be in a different reality, like a different multiverse.
True.
And y'all, we are not high right now. I promise you.
We ain't high. You've just been through 2020, 2021, and 2022.
I mean, just being in your damn 30s, which, you know, you're no longer in. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I got to get it in. You know how I love getting things in. But yes, y'all.
I didn't even talk about Beyonce's thieving ass this episode. I didn't even bring that up. But I'm not even 40 yet. And here he comes with it. You know, you're not in your 30s anymore. You're right. You're right.
Well, on that note, those were our hot topics.
You ain't even in your 30s no more. You're not even there. I know. I know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's going to be a real expensive 40th birthday. I'll tell you that now. I'm going to run your pockets. Gone. I don't know what you're getting me, but add $1,000 to the budget on that. Just add $1,000.
I will put that on the GoFundMe.
Go on and get it started. Since I'm not in my 30s anymore, I'm too old and feeble to do it myself.
And on that note, those were
that was good. I mean, I was just sitting here, just smiling, and then bam. But don't worry, you'll be along soon enough. You right behind me. It's like you 3 doors down. You kind of like Giselle calling Karen old. It's like, okay, like you young. Like you ain't over 35. Okay, it's fine.
And on that note, y'all, those are our hot topics. Check us out on Pop Rose Extra later this month. It's on my Patreon. It's patreon.com/cbiggie1. I will see you sooner than Diana sees. I cannot do that one. I can't do that. See, like that's what you get for Pop Rose Extra. That was good, wasn't it? I wish I could keep that too. I learned from you. That's all. I'm just saying.
Edit the joke out, but leave in my reaction. Just mute it. Oh.
I'll see you sooner than Giselle sees taste.
And I'll see you sooner than my 40s.
There you have it. I'll be right behind you.